Alright, we're back like I promised. So, we did a little bit of the Subway Surfer this morning. That was boring. Like, I'd rather do this thing way more. We're back with the Sunday fun day, but we're Saturday today. Don't get confused. I'm sorry for that. Yeah, so today we're gonna be looking at making a FPS controller. I'll try to just. Hey, we're back like I promised. Trying to mute myself. I just want to have the chat actually. Can I do that on YouTube? Here it is. Okay. Right, so we're gonna be creating a FPS state for our little guy here, because I'd like to, a platformer isn't a platformer without shooting mechanic, right? Right? Am I right, guys? Is that how it works? We'll make this work. So we have the same exact thing we had last time. I didn't really play with the fun day too much in the past 2 weeks. Last week was because of allergies, and I didn't really feel like it. But hey, we're back in force today creating this thing. So. Without further ado, let's actually implement a third-person state. Now, for the third-person state, actually, sorry, for the shooting state, we need two things. We need a camera angle, and we also have first we need a camera state, and we need a movement state. In terms of movement, I don't really want to be able to shoot. If you're jumping, if you're doing that kind of stuff, it's kind of weird. So I'd like to actually be in. It's like I don't want to be able to shoot while I'm climbing the ladder, so we need like a movement state for that. I'm just thinking about the same exact thing as a walking state, normal walking state, but slower, if that makes sense. So, oh, hey, what's up, guys? I forgot to say hello. Hello, everybody. Are you going to be adding animations and characters? I wish. We need some. I'm not making like any right now, but eventually we'll have to make some to make this look good. So yeah, eventually is the keyword. Or if we can get some like models right here with animation ready on them, I will definitely implement them. It's not that hard. I've did it in the past week actually. It's super Gucci. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna be creating a new state right here. This one is gonna be all about shooting. Whoops, that's a folder. Let's forget about this. Let's create a shooter. Shoot, can I just walk and shoot? That's pretty good. So walk and shoot is going to be the keyword for this. And I'm going to be opening the walking state as well at the same time. Let me just close everything I have here. So open the walk and shoot and also open the walk state. And we'll be creating something with that. If I can, whoops. If I can just make sure I close all my other tabs. So that's the walk and shoot. That's Gucci. Let's go into walking state now. Copy this. Let's paste it. Change the name. Walk and shoot. Walk speed is going to be 2.5 in this case. Actually, let's make it 2, so it's going to be like super slow. I like that. I like that. Oh, and also something we're going to have to do that is going to be quite cool is we're going to have to make sure that whenever we enter a state, like a movement state, we also enter a camera state as well. Yo, hello my dudes. Hello. Good script's name. Yes, I know. Walk and shoot is a really good script name. It's actually a state name, so it's even worse since we're going to be seeing it at a bunch of places. Okay. Let's keep on going. So do we want everything here? Yeah, okay, that's fine. We don't really need to have the more vertical velocity in the construct. Let's remove that just to make sure we don't mess up anything. Process motion. Same thing as always, that's fine, that's fine. We return input, which is the direction after the input, plus vector 3 down to make sure we're on the floor. Amazing. Now if we're not grounded, we can go into a falling state, that's fine. And if we press space, we jump. Something I'd like to make sure we do, public override, so I don't forget later on, is to add get out of shooting camera state. Something like that. So whenever we exit this walk and shoot stance, we tell our camera, don't stay in the shooting stance, basically. Okay, cool. So it's the same exact thing as always. Let's say we're walking and we press if input get key down, or let's do get mouse. Yeah, let's do get mouse down. Get mouse button down for the right click, so that's 1. Then we do a motor change state. We're moving to walk and shoot. We can add some more parameters later, like restrict it in case you don't have ammo, or restrict it in case you can't shoot for some reason. That kind of deal. Yeah, that's what I have in mind at least. Let me quickly go to my YouTube channel, see if the stream is at least healthy. We had some bug this morning that wasn't really cool. The stream was actually lagging out quite a lot. Hopefully it's not a problem right now. And it still says bad video settings. Okay, so that's fairly annoying. My current keyframe frequency is 8.4 seconds, so there's something like spiking on my end. Can I quickly just fix it? I think I can. Let's go under settings, output. Let's go to a lower bitrate. There we go. Usually I think my connection should be able to handle it quite good. But something's happening nowadays in my internet for some reason. It's not the best. That's actually quite good if I look at it right now. That's my download, that's not my upload though. Doesn't really count. I don't have bad settings, it's fine. Well, YouTube keeps complaining, like, all the time. I should not have any problem with this kind of upload. Like, I'm at 50 upload. It's kind of crazy how good the internet got in the past few months. At least for Canada, and where I live. So, walk and shoot, if we're pressing on the mouse button. Now, let's go here. Let's do if input get key down, get key up. Actually, get mouse up. 1, and then we just swap back to walking. So technically, if we go inside of the game and we hold, we just hold the right click, something should be happening. However, we get a no reference. Ugh. So that no reference is from the player not having our new state. Let's put that right here. Holy shit, that is good. Is that fiber? That's fiber. Yeah, that's what fiber does nowadays. They actually had a line that was 10.1 before that, so 10 download and then 1 upload. And what they did is they totally scrapped that, and everybody has to have a minimum of 100 and 100. But you know, the 100 upload is kind of not up to what they sold us, but still. 2 Mbps is for a business line, not anymore. Everybody can get it now. Alright, so if we hold the right click, I don't know if you guys can see, but if I hold the right click, player walk and shoot is there. And if I stop holding, it's back to walking. Now if I press right click anywhere when I'm like jumping and falling, nothing happens. And also, I'm going left and right now. If I hold right click, I'm gonna go slower because I'm in the walk and shoot kind of thing. And if I jump, okay, that's fine. Everything is Gucci. All we need to do at this point is have some camera states. Camera states. Did we have anything for the camera motor? We actually didn't have a camera motor, so we'll have to create that. I'm actually going to create a new folder in here, call it state. And we'll do like we've done for the motor, so we'll need a base state in here. Okay, I'm actually going to copy over what I have from this one, and we have to rename this, by the way. So camera base state is going to do the job. Camera base state, amazing. And we also need the base, well, we need the camera motor actually. Do we have a camera motor? We don't. That's annoying. We'll also have to create one. So, let's go ahead and let's actually do that right now. Put the third person camera into the state folder. We'll have to modify it a little bit. Could you please paste the code here each time? I can't paste it in the chat. You'll have to head over to Discord, and we have like a special channel for funday. I'm gonna be posting the code here at the end, but right now we can just hang out and, you know, do that kind of stuff. Right. But yeah, we're in this channel here. In funday 2 project, I want to apply animation of jump rather than gravity jump. Animation of jump rather than jumping. I don't think that's a good idea actually. If you let your animation take the motion of your character, you're going to mess up your whole moving. At least the way we've made it, it's not gonna work for the rest of your game basically. Alright, so let's have a look here. Camera base state. Let's rename this to camera base state. We've did it. I just didn't save. Amazing. And I'll head over to camera motor, create a camera motor, and we'll have to create our own custom logic here. I don't really have any codes lying around for this, but it's gonna be similar to it's really gonna be similar to the other motor script we have, the one for moving around. But this one's gonna be for moving the camera around and also swapping in between states. But the problem with this is, unlike the movement of the character where we just go like from walking to jumping in a matter of frame, well, in a frame actually, in the camera I don't want to go from third person to first person in a single frame. I want to have a transition going on, so we need to keep those two active for a little while at least. So that's our big challenge right here. So we'll have to write something that works for all the situations. I'll start off by creating a private list of, say, camera base state. Those are going to be our active states. I hope I'm doing this right. We might have to like go over here and just modify some stuff. But hey, for now, boom, private void start. Let's find our camera. That would be quite useful. We need to have our camera, so let's do private camera, cam, private transform, cam container, and what else do we need? Oh, private transform look at, which is going to be the player most of the time, but not always. You know what? Let's call it player transform. So we can just make sure we have a reference to him all the time. Alright, let's see. Okay, so just like the other one, we're gonna need a public right here, public void change state to go from one to the other. It's gonna take in a name, I believe a string state name, and just because I don't remember it fully, I'll actually have to go get it from the other script. Motor helper, nope, player motor, base motor is gonna do the job. So let's go and change state. Let's read a bit. I'm gonna read a bit of comments real quick. So help me, I can't run the latest Android SDK tool in Windows 10. Do you have an email? No, I don't have an email that I can share with you right now. But if you just want to like get the latest Android SDK in Windows 10, I don't know why you can't run it. It's on their website. You can get it. If there's something I can tell you though, it's whenever you do get the Android SDK, you don't have to download Android Studio. Like, you don't really have to get the whole thing. Just go down here, get the command line tools. It's at the bottom. It's on developer Android. Well, I mean, just go in Google, type in Android SDK is the first thing. Yo, what's going on, guys? Hey, what's up, Pika Butt? But yeah, most of the SDK stuff is gonna crash all the time. So that's just how it is. You're gonna have to deal with it. Since they update so often, you'll have to update your SDK as well. Flo says, speak a little bit of French. J'aime vraiment mieux pas speak le French sur mon stream, surtout que c'est brisé, parce que je parle beaucoup en anglais au travers. Alright, that's completed. Let's go back to changing the state. Change state, here it is. So we had two change state. We had one for only the state name and also one that gave away parameters. So we want to have the second one too. Very useful. we've started writing off our camera motor. That's good. Alright, we're also gonna need a camera base state that we'll call state. This one's gonna have like the typical stuff we always have, such as construct, destruct, transition, process motion. Where the way you showed in your video. Yeah, they most likely change things. To be honest, I don't really keep up with SDK stuff too much. I like developing for PC a lot more than SDK. Well, than devices. I'm not a big fan of developing for devices. I do it mostly for the channel, but if I had to develop like stuff on my own, it would be that kind of stuff where I just like go on, test out stuff on the PC, have fun. Eventually, if I make a real game, which I plan on doing at the end of the year, it's something that's going to be published on Steam or on a web browser. Something accessible by PC machines, basically. In terms of web browser, it's something that would run HTML5 and OpenGL. Oh, no, sorry, not OpenGL, but WebGL. So, can't really access it on devices, but maybe they'll push it. They'll push it somehow, and by the end of the year, we'll be able to. It just keeps on changing, to be honest. So, I wouldn't really like stick to one technology. Okay, so let's do camera base state. And let's have a look at what we currently have. We have a main camera that has a third-person camera script. That's not going to work. Let's remove that. We'll need a camera container, which is a empty game object. I'll position that at the world, center of the world. Thanks Xenol for helping out with the question though. Like, I'm not always answering every single one of them, and when you guys help me out answer, I enjoy it so much you don't even know. It saves me time and most likely headache, because some questions are quite hard to first understand and second answer. So this camera container right here, it needs to have a camera inside of it. I'm just gonna take this one and drag and drop it. Actually, you know what? Let's create a new one. Camera. And I'll get rid of the main camera. I don't like him too much. Now on top of it, we're gonna have a camera motor. And this camera motor, has a list of active state that we're gonna be using. So how do we go about doing this? You know what? Let's not do change state. Let's do add state. And also remove state. And we'll add one more parameter, a int priority. So that's gonna mess things up quite a lot. I like that. Let's do int priority on both. Hey, what's up, Nitin? We're just coding a little bit of the camera today, trying to add some first-person controls in here. Alright, when we add a state, I'd like to reorder my whole list, basically. Let's go under camera base state. Let's add a public. Should we make it public here? Let's make it public. Int priority. And let's put that equal on, say, 5. Or 0, actually. To make it a little bit more clean, what I think I'll do is I'll just make sure this one is private or protected. Protected is going to do the job, why not? And then we'll make a getter. So public int priority. This one, all it's going to do is get return priority with a small letter like this. Will this game be available on the App Store? We're not really, well, I mean, eventually, in a year, maybe it could be, who knows. We're making some kind of platformer with shooting mechanic in it right now. We're just having fun. We're just hanging out. We're speaking French a bit. We're almost answering question. So is that going to be on Steam or something like that. I don't know, but at least we're gonna have like a game working. Okay. I'm getting spammed right now. That sucks. Salut Pierre-Luc. Je sais pas comment t'as fait pour tomber là-dessus, mais regarde pas trop parce que c'est dégueulasse. Alright, we're back making this camera work. So, what's the problem right now? We totally lost our reference to camera because we're using .main here, and .main fetches the main camera tag, which we actually don't have anymore. So let's put it back up on our camera container, and we should have fixed this. And yeah, here we go. Now we have one more problem where the camera motor doesn't really have a state right now, so it's just rendering nothing. Well, it's rendering this scene right here, but it doesn't position itself based on the player. It doesn't really do anything cool right now. So we'll have to assign a state to this camera container and make sure it actually runs it in some kind of update. So if we head back, say, in the camera motor, we're going to need a private void update in here. And this is where we're going to move the camera based on the active state. Oh yeah, you can always hop on Discord, like we have a really, well, it's kind of active nowadays. We went on and did some kind of cleanup, but hey, if you hop on Discord, more chances you're gonna be answered there than in the chat. So the link is always gonna be in the description below. You can go there, tell us what your role is, and maybe find some partner to help you with your project. Alright, so transform position is gonna be equal to the state dot. We have a process motion, I believe, and this one takes in an input. So, what could we do with this? We currently don't have any inputs for the camera, so that kind of sucks. We could use mouse axis right now, but that would be a little bit annoying. What do we use for the motor? I think we just use, yeah, we just use input normal axis like that. Alright. Well, let's do the same thing here. Private vector3 pull input. And the inputs we're going to be pulling are from the mouse in this case. So let's get mouse axis. By default, it's going to be equal to a vector3.0. And then we'll return it at the end. So we're going to be playing with the X, and should we be playing with the Z or the Y? I don't remember. Let's actually try it with the X and Y. So mouse axis is equal to get input, get axis actually, get axis, and let's go with mouse X. Really important that you write it this way and you don't miss any capital letters, because this is actually mapped on a string, so you don't want to mess that up. We can also add some kind of sensitivity. Oh, I believe we had that in the third person camera. Yep, here it is. Let's take this, copy over it here, and we'll do a multiplied by sensitivity X and sensitivity Y. Cool. So with this thing, we have now the inputs. We're gonna have to modify that later on because this is not supporting joystick axis. This is not supporting any other kind of inputs we want to send to our camera. But hey, that's for later, I guess. Is this the Subway Surfer tutorial? No, Subway Surfer was a little bit earlier. We did a couple of things. It should be up on YouTube eventually. I'm not sure when, but you know, it has to process over an hour of footage. Gotta give it some time. Alright, so transform the position is equal to state process motion pull input. I'll actually store that somewhere else. Like say in a vector3 that let's make that one public and make it a property. I call it camera input, and it's gonna be a set get. So when we first start, we're gonna say camera input is equal to pool input, and then we'll move on. Thanks pour le tutoriel, tu devrais utiliser TypeStream pendant tes live streams, on pourrait faire des donations sans payer. Comment ça marche? Greetings de Montréal. Hey, glad que ça peut aider des gens. Mais je connais vraiment pas TypeStream en fait. Mais ça m'a l'air vraiment cool en fait. Là. Someone just suggests we move over to this thing, but I'm not like, never actually heard of it before. The interface looks super cool. Nah, too many stuff in there. But yeah, no, we're really just the reason I like streaming on YouTube is simply because I can have a VOD right afterward. I could do it with Twitch, I could do it with any other streaming platform if I just record at the same time, but I don't really feel like recording at the same time then putting like 7 hours in on my renderer to edit, like to render the whole thing. It's so much more convenient on YouTube, plus I get watch time from you guys right now, which means a lot in the stats. Like recently in the YouTube stats, since I've started streaming, it went a lot better, like in terms of analytics. But it's not something I like doing so much. Like I want to stop doing so many live stream. I want to go like with more prepared live stream. Say we had like one of the first live stream I've done was for the stack game. We've made the stack game, made about an hour 45 minutes, something like that. That's the kind of stream I want to move on to, say in 2 or 3 or 4 weeks, depending on how fast I can get things running. But those kind of stream I think are going to be more useful to us than something we do like every week. What I could do though every week is like actually to turn this into more of a conversation, which is almost what we're doing right now, actually, now that I think about it. Hey, hello from Turkey, what's up man? What's the game? The game is just a platformer right now. We're moving around, we're not really right now we broke it because the camera doesn't work anymore. We're trying to create another system around camera, but right now we have a simple platformer. It can go and climb a ladder. Pretty interesting stuff. How can an object scaled according to the order layer in 2D like in Mutton Mud? I have no clue what you're talking about actually. I actually have no clue. I'll have to say I'm sorry. I don't know. And back to coding this camera. Okay, so when we start, we're gonna need a state. That state is gonna be our default state. So that's gonna be default state is gonna be something like third-person camera. Why not? So we add a state. That name is gonna be third-person camera, I believe, and priority is gonna be 0. Which means it's gonna stay at the bottom of the list. And if we don't have any states on top of that, it's gonna be the one that plays. So it's actually called third-person camera. We can use this. Let's open it up and make sure it inherits from base camera state, or camera base state actually. If it does inherit from camera base state, it needs to do some operation. It needs to actually not use this. We're not using this anymore. It needs to we're gonna keep the lookat. So let's do private transform lookat. Distance can stay there. Current X, current Y has to stay there. Sensitivity don't really need. In a update, we don't run the update loop there. We run something else. What we run actually is the process motion. So if we do a public override process motion, we have to run our update in here. So in terms of input, we got that covered on the other end, except this part here. So we'll have to do it as well. Actually, the whole part we don't have it covered. Let's take it. Let's put it right there for now, and we can get rid of the update. The late update is something we have to move over to our motor. So let's do public override. I think we have the option to override the process rotation as well. Yep, here it is. Let's see, you should ask in Discord. Yep. You are really interested in making procedural generation. I would actually, like, if you were, like, to be making that kind of game, you should go and look up some other people that do it already, such as, you know, the Minecraft clone with the 3D noise formula. So maybe, like, have a look at simple noise 3D map generation, something like that. There's other people that do it. If we just have a look at the product, like say here, because you have to base your generation off something. So like you could be using 3D noise to generate your map. You can be. It really depends. I would really look up how people recreate Minecraft, the clones, and see how they do the biomes. So like the section of the map that says this is a desert, this is a winter place, whatever. Really look into that and start from there. If you have to, just take like a whole Minecraft tutorial, recreate the whole thing, and you're gonna pick up some lines of code there that are gonna be useful later on when you want to do your own project. All right, so vector distance, that's fine. We're gonna put that in the process motion. Here we replace the sensitivity. Well, we replace the input width. We replace the input with x. Input.x, there we go. And input.y. Now, I just realized that we have to keep the sensitivity. We're going to remove it from the motor and put it back in the individual states because it might actually be different on all the places. Hey, hey, would you know how to create a virtual desktop, like an in-game computer with website? Again, I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about like a virtual machine? If you could like try and specify. Okay, so we have this thing. Well, let's have a look here. So every time we process a motion, that's almost a rotation, is it? That's the rotation. Let's put that in. Ah, that's also the motion. Okay. Okay. I'll try something real quick. He means coding a computer inside of your game. Oh, okay. Yeah, now I get it. Okay, so you have like a yeah, I mean it's gonna be a complex thing. You have to you know like create your mouse mechanic, your you know the whole explorer mechanic. Yeah, that's gonna be too hard to explain, man. Just go step by step. Start building down your desktop, have your mouse move on it, then you know support a double click, that kind of stuff. That's you've got a lot of work in front of you. Alright, so that's actually covered. We process the motion, we get the direction, that's fine. We calculate the movement delta. We also calculate the rotation. Oh, that's only for the movement, right? And then finally, in the process rotation, I'll do something like look at. I have to do a look at, so Hmm. How could we go and create a look at in here based off our structure? Well, you know what? I'll just leave it like that for now, and we'll come back to it in a matter of minutes. I'll just make sure it works with my camera motor. So we add the state third-person camera. That's fine. It's being added to the state right here. Then we have our pull input, which is being called in a update. That's fine. And then private void late update for updating the camera. We take this, put it here. And finally, transform dot rotation is equal to state process rotation. Okay, cool. Right. So something like that is going to work as soon as our state is actually assigned properly. So whenever we add a state, we always do a destruct on it, and then we always do a construct. I'm not sure if that's going to be the best way to go about it. I feel like we just need to add it to the list, so let's do state dot add. Do we have a list actually? Okay, active states. Active states dot whoops dot add, and we're going to add oops with the priority we get. Actually, we don't have a priority. That kind of sucks. Oh, Yannick, you said it's the wrong link you sent me. It's loot.com. Let's have a look at this. Loot.com. It looks like a scam to me. Oh, it's Loots with an S, my bad. Sponsored tips for live streamer. How does that even work? Wow. Colors. I'll have a look at it when we're done streaming today, but that seems almost interesting. But I mean, I still don't know where the money's coming from, though, which is kind of weird. You know what? Let's click on this. My first name is John Doe. I will receive confirmation email. Okay, so I have to be serious about this. Hey, the PC Xbox, we are working on a platformer. And right now I'm filling in the form to get money. Or something like that. It shouldn't take very long. It's a very small form. But yeah, we're working on same platformer as before, but right now we have to make our camera state work so we can have something that looks somewhat decent and is fun to control. Okay, so if you want to use this thing, the loots.com, you have to have like a Twitter account, which I don't right now. So hey, not for today, but eventually I'll have to get a Twitter, I guess. Yeah, what's up, Casper? The goal for today is to have our camera work, and then we're gonna switch into like a first-person perspective and maybe start the shooting mechanic a bit. So state is gonna equal to this thing. Yep. We add the state. I'm currently trying to create some kind of motor that changes the transition of the camera. Well, that changes the state of the camera depending on the priority. Yes, you know, what's something I'm going to be using, but first off, I have to create a Twitter handle, which, if you've been following me like for a little while, you might know that I don't really like Twitter so much. Most likely because all the Twitter's account I have to deal with were botted at one point. Even the one when I was at Freedom MCN, they have like a bunch of accounts, but they're all botted, which is kind of lame if you ask me. Like, check this out. Tweets 1.6, 1.2k. They're all dead people. They're not dead. They're just like not existent. When your Twitter account is following 12.4k people, something's wrong. Um, that's some freedom stuff right there. But everybody did it, so I kind of not jumped in there, I guess. Yeah, it does sound complicated, but it's really not because we've been working on it for like 3 weeks now, which is good. But hey, I'll sign up for Twitter. Why not? What's my full name? I don't want to give it out, even though it's everywhere on my stream. Alright, let's give my full name then. Phone or email. Oops, we're moving to their screen, boys. It's not I don't trust you, it's just that I don't want to get spam. Freedom. Okay, so Viral said, I know that Freedom is a scam. Freedom is really not a scam. It's just really a company that struggles a little bit with PR, I guess. They scammed you? Let me know how they scammed you. I can fix it like in a matter of seconds if they scammed you. No, I don't like the Twitter sex bot. That's not my thing. I'm glad you like them. I mean that's you. You do you. That's fine. But I don't appreciate the Twitter sex bot. Do I work as a programmer? I work as a full stack programmer for a firm that does web, mostly web application. We're moving a little bit towards game, which is super cool. I like that quite a lot. But right now I'm stuck doing apps. So turns out that I did have a Twitter. So I'll go look up my emails. They should have sent me something real quick. You have like 8,000 followers on Twitter and they are all active. That's good stuff. I don't have that kind of following on Twitter. Actually, I don't have any following on Twitter. So type your new password. That sounds safe. Here we go. We have a Twitter, boys, and it's in French. Oops. All right. You guys, you're going to help me out. I don't know how to work this out. Like, I really don't know. Nous mettons notre blah blah blah. Don't care. I have 53. No, I don't have 53 subs. Like, I did not sub to these guys. I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know you either. Oh, I know these guys. Don't like them. Don't like them anymore, actually. Drop that. Drop that. Drop MGN. I'll keep George. He's a cool guy. Freedom, I'll keep that. Anthony's also a cool guy. I'm not so much with League of Legends anymore, so I'm dropping all of these. Except Meteos. He's really cool. Have I ever used CryEngine? I've never used CryEngine, no. Actually, I've been stuck with Unity for a while. And I actually like it. I like it quite a lot. Yeah, a bunch of people I'm supposed to be subscribed to, but I'm not. I've never really clicked on that. It's like impossible. Tu parles français? Moi aussi. On peut laisser des petits mots ensemble, là. En privé, ça va être excellent. Alright. We're almost good. We're almost good. There we go. Now I have a clean Twitter account. So, hey, Glasto, what's up, Glasto? Alright, how do I use this? Like, I have to do things here. I'm going to unlike that to clean, like to start super fresh. That's not my website anymore. Yeah. Edit profile. I'm unfollowing Leia. Yeah, I don't know how I came about following Legendary Leia, to be honest. So the Poppin though, I saw him once in real life when I was in California. Really cool dude. When I was working there and when he was still small, like a small boy, I was in his guild, World of Warcraft, doing stuff. Okay. So I now have my Twitter account, I'm gonna go over to, what is it, loots.com, and put in my Twitter handle. Try it today. Oh, that's the secret part. I'm sorry about that, guys. So what's my Twitter handle? N3K underscore Michael. Alright, let's do that. N3K underscore Michael. And then they ask me for the country I live in. Too much information. I don't like. We'll say that I'm streaming in English. My Twitch channel, I don't have one. Actually, I do have one. I just don't use it anymore. Alright, let me go back on YouTube real quick. Put your thing in the chat. I guess I could. We can now go on Twitter and have fun. But I don't promise that I'm going to be looking at it so much because Twitter is not my my cup of tea. Martina says, "Can you look up my game and do some critics?" Yes, we'll do that in a second. I just need to figure out how to work Twitter. But yeah, I'm gonna remember that, and we'll do it. Okay, then it asked for my YouTube gaming channel. Okay, so let's use the channel name. Beam, I don't have a beam. Hitbox, we don't use hitbox. Send. Hey, we've did it, boy. That was easy. Let's go have a look if we received anything in our Gmail account. Alright, so here it is. Please confirm to be added to our waiting list. So there's a waiting list. I'll click on yes. And we are now on a waiting list. But hey, that's fairly cool, to be honest. I'll be waiting, see if something happens with that. Until then, Twitter is dead to me. Until then, we don't need to use Twitter. Amazing. Alright, so let's go back to looking things up. So Martinez wants to have some critics for his game, so let's have a look at his game. It was under play.google.com, store apps. Can I just use that link? Yes, I can. Flybird, made by our friend Martas. So to install this, I'll try to download the APK. So download APK from Play Store. Use Streamlabs? What is Streamlabs actually? I hope you tweet about your live stream. I mean, if people want me to move over to Twitter, I'll follow. I have to follow you guys because you're the reason that I actually do this. I do use Streamlabs actually. I do have a Streamlabs account, and if you mean Streamlabs, that's a Twitch alert. I have one. I just never really used it so much. Like if I connect with Twitch. Oh, I have the wrong token on Twitch at the moment. I have one account that I use for testing, and also one account that I use for streaming. Any ideas why I import texture bigger than 10,000 by 10,000 and it gets blurred? I'll be honest with you, I don't know, but maybe you shouldn't be importing such a big texture. I mean, you're never going to be able to tell what's the difference on it. Oh, I get what you're probably trying to scroll it over like some kind of world map or something. You want to be playing with the MIP map settings. and I'm having a lot of trouble articulating right now. Twitch, connect with Twitch. Let's do that. Hey, Streamlabs boy. I remember I got a donation. Great measurement tool, thanks. People did donate to me when I did a lot of WoW stuff. But I've never seen those messages until now. And they're quite recent. Like this one is like 7 days ago. That's amazing. Why do I not see this earlier? But yeah, I guess I could be using Streamlabs as Twitch alert a little bit more. But guys, that's something that I don't really want to do right now. Simply because I'd like to focus on growing the channel more. Okay, so we have to find your APK. Where is your APK? What's the name of it? Come Flybird. Okay, there it is. It's in the chat. So I'm using this website to download your APK. This way I can run it on my virtual machine. First, making sure I don't get infected in case it's a bad joke. And second, so we can actually have a look at it. On the stream, is what I meant. Have you ever done a Ludum Dare? I have not. I mean, I just learned about it like super recently, so never done it. Though it would be like something really cool to do, to stream. Is it possible to cross-stream via Twitch and YouTube at the same time? Yes, it is, until you get a Twitch partnership. If you do get a Twitch partnership, they require you to be exclusive, but you know, that's not something that's gonna happen anytime soon for me. Especially because I do code, and like not many people want to know about code. We're moving a little bit more towards like a social stream, which is that would be so easy to do actually. We just talk, we just sit here and talk. I could go on and cook something, and then we could have a discussion. But that's not the plan right now. Again, the plan is super simple. The plan is straightforward. For the rest of the year, I have to be making code and making the tutorials, and then we'll see if we can actually start up a game and develop that game. Like a real one that we post on the store, and we might make a little bit of money out of it. Alright, so where was my APK? My timeline is actually all set up. Like my timeline is all set up until next year. So I've got the APK. Now how do I have it in here? There has to be a way. Oh, add APK file. Amazing. It says you can also drag it. I'm getting spammed by Nox right now. Did you make some money off Flippy? I can actually show you. Like, I don't really mind showing any earnings I do on the internet. If you guys are interested, you just ask. So let's go on Google Play Console. I'll show you the earnings from Flippy. The only real game I actually published was Flippy. Making code is main task, and I take 20 minutes making a Twitter account. Yeah, like I said, we might turn this into more of like a social stream. That's the Sunday fun day kind of stuff. You know, we don't really have pressure to do so much. Let's see. So, in terms of restriction, you want to manage my game activity. That's fine. Done. Allow. Boom. So we're on Flybird. We have Martisa Posios. I probably butchered your name. We have somebody here in the stream. We have his game playing. Let's give it a look. So there's ads. I'm gonna click here. Probably can't run ads because I'm on a device right now. The Google Play Dev. Let's open it up. Hey, so working. It's working. And let's go see. Right now I'm the only one that has played this week. All time, let's see. I'm the fifth player in this game. Nice. Hats don't seem to work so much when I click on them, but that might be something on my end though. This is a shop, I would assume, and you get to buy these things for money. Like, if I have to give you a critic, I have issues navigating just a little bit of your game. Like, I have issues just knowing where to click and having the score and the best with the same text as the thing I buy. It might be a little bit too confusing, but other than that, your menu is working fine. I have the sound, mute sound. Facebook, which opens me a page, asks me to log in. Oh, what is the actual... I don't know what kind of link you're giving me here. Oops. That's not what I meant to do. Go away, Subway Surfer. We're not playing with you today. Have that. Oh, let's see. So we have another APK to look at after, and we'll do that. I'll just write it somewhere. Optimization tutorial. It depends on what we have to optimize. Alright, so let's go into the gameplay now. We have things going on. Okay, I'm not quite sure what I had to do there. What are my inputs? And then I get some nice ads. I still don't know what to do. I'm confused. Yo, help me out here. Like, what's the control of the game? Can I click on things? Do I have to swipe? Oh, okay, I have to click on it. I think. I almost done it. Okay, some kind of bounce. I just don't see... I don't see the... I know what I have to do. It's just really, really hard because I don't have any visual. So when I drag like this, I create some kind of bouncy something. Trampoline, that's what I do. But I don't see my trampoline, so that's kind of super annoying to me. Ah. Okay, what? I think your game is trolling me, to be honest. Get the coins. Nice. Whoa, whoa, it's doing again. It's doing it. It's messing up everything. Ah. Okay, I tried. By the way, my score was 14 on there. It's not working. It didn't keep my score. Rest in peace. So I have some issues making this work. Sagar. Yes, Sagar, we're gonna go have a look at yours. Let's go back on APK Pure. Get the APK, of course. And let's have a look at what we're downloading right now. We're downloading Come Ocean Kicks on Crack. That sounds weird. I like it. I have to input the verification super quick, and we're off to the download. Yeah, the PC Xbox, I see what you're saying now. Like, we're focusing on code right now, but, you know, we're taking small breaks to have a look at what people are doing as well. Unity 3D teacher says, check out our channel. We are the best Unity 3D tutorial channel. I think you're going a little bit too far here. I think you're claiming something that you might not be. Okay, so we have the APK right here. By the way, I'm not saying that I'm the best Unity tutorial channel. I'm saying that it really depends on, you know, what kind of things are you trying to learn and who covers it better. Like, I have a endless runner tutorial, which kind of sucks. I'm pretty sure somebody else has a better tutorial than me on that. But if you come here in my chat and you claim that you're the best one, that's not how you do YouTube, man. Oh, talking about how you do YouTube, earlier today, we had a chat about Quill and Sebastian, two guys that are like that have bigger channel than me, and they're pretty good at what they do. And I really like those persons. It's just that like somebody in Discord made a really funny picture that I have to show you because it was super funny. By the way, this is not what I think about when I think about them, but they used a Photoshop picture of me and they said, Quill, Sebastian, I'm coming for you. With a golden gun. Notice a golden gun. That means I'm pretty good at video games, because when you get a golden gun in video games, that's at least 100 kill right there. So super nice quality Photoshop right there. Credit goes to the guy that made it. And yeah, that's just quality Photoshop right there. All right, we're back with just another application somebody made, and we're gonna have a look at it right now. Oh, you're just sitting here listening. See, I think that we can have like those little social moments sometimes in the week. We can just chat here. It's just fun to listen. We can talk all day about random stuff. All right, so we have ads. It's probably like a microtransaction. Yep, nice. What is this? It's a star button to rate his application. Actually, pretty good rating. Now you look at it. Only one person got super mad and gave you a bad rating. Those one are the worst, man. Don't worry about those. Don't worry about those guys. They just want to see you fall. Alright, let's go back and play this. Oh, Unity 3D teacher says, I'm sorry, you are the best though. Okay, you're forgiven. You can stay in the chat. I'm just kidding. So hold the screen and drag to aim and slice. Okay, let's do it. Phew. So we sliced, and what happens? Oh, we can't slice over that kind of thing. Let's go, boys. Can I slice like this? Whoop, okay. I haven't really, I don't really know what the goal is just yet. I think I have to split all the balls, is that it? Maybe? I don't know, but this is trippy, I like it. Like, this is actually quite trippy. Ah, I missed it. If I have to give you any tips, is I just don't know exactly what's going on, but I like it quite a lot. I'm even gonna watch this ad. Alright, let's go back to the tutorial and actually read what's going on. So hold the screen and drag, aim, slice the direction, make sure not to hit the red ball. Okay, fair enough. Oops, I broke a tutorial, I think. Yep, let's go back. What, you're giving me an ad already? A 20-second one? That's fairly long. Casper said, yeah, it's common. Nobody ever reads game manual. That's super accurate. So you have to implement a tutorial that doesn't have you reading. Just like if you have a look, like I'm gonna take like a super weird example from my childhood that marked me quite a lot. Let me head over here. Let's do Ocarina of Time. How do you call this thing that the kids use? A slingshot. Slingshot. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna read not read, sorry. I'm going to teach you something, guys, about game design that Nintendo nailed down right from the get-go. So you have this game right here called The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's something that came out in, I think, 94, at the same time as I was born, basically. And they've got tutorial just right. Just have a look at this example right here. You just move around the dungeon, and then eventually, I think here it is, okay. Eventually you open up this gate, right? You open up this gate and it doesn't show right now, but the gate behind you is locked, and you can't actually like go back right away. Oh, no, I got this all wrong. Let's start over again. I'm sorry. Alright. Game design rule number 1. make your tutorial not intrusive. Don't make like the player read. Like right now, that's text, but that's not a tutorial. It's fine. If we head right into the gate over there, here how the map is laid out. You have this rock, and you have a chest in front of it. The guy jumps on the rock is going to break and it's going to disappear for good. Now he's at the chest, he's looting the chest, and then a new feature just appeared in the whole game. It's called the slingshot. Here it is. Okay, so now you have the option. Do you want to give like a boring tutorial like they're doing right now? They're doing it, but it's not super intrusive, and you know the player are going to skip it eventually, right? So you have the tutorial. It says press buttons, you're gonna do blah blah blah, you know, all that kind of stuff. We didn't read it because we're players and we don't want to read that stuff. You know, I mean, we don't really care. Now, how do you keep the player, like how do you inform the player how to use this new item? Look at what they've done. First you have to equip it. They know how to equip by then. But now the tutorial of the slingshot is this. To get out, to get back out from where they went, to go back in the dungeon, they have to use it. That's as simple as that. They force the player in this locked room until they use a slingshot. And once they use it, like this, they play like a nice little sound, you know how it works, and you can then exit. But that's the whole concept. Like every item you're gonna see in this game is the same thing. You're going to loot a new feature for the game, like a boomerang, well, you know, what is it? A hook shot, all that kind of stuff that you use in the game. They're going to lock you in a room until you figure out how to use it, and that's their tutorial. It's just Gucci tutorial. It's one of the best thing. And at this point, you can use it everywhere you want. Don't care. Okay. Nurk, I'd like to invite you to our Facebook group. I am not so big about Facebook group, but nah, actually, I'm not so big about Facebook. I can't go and join Facebook group. Yeah, the project is gonna be uploaded a little bit later on. Ocarina of Time is the bomb. Yep. We have the same recommended videos. That's weird. Philip DeFranco, I look at some YouTube, well, some longboard stuff. Paul Joseph, sometimes it's quite funny to listen to. PewDiePie. That's my that's my recommended videos. But yeah, so we played enough of this. Let's go. Just do one more game so we can find out how it works. Try to do a high score while we're at it. Oh, this is not what I meant to do. Wait. There we go. That was stupid and too fast. One more game. That's the final one for real. Hey, Unity 3 teacher, thanks so much for those 20 rupees. PGW is amazing. Yeah, he's quite good. I mean, he's like a real person, which I enjoy quite a lot in any time. Like any kind of politics, I will value real person, and he's one of them. I don't know how I do those combos, but they're like really cool and satisfying, and I just failed. Alright, let's go code a little bit. Thank you so much, Unity 3D teacher, for the donation. Still haven't seen your channel. I can't click it. Like if you give me like, I can't click it. I'd have to look it up, like Social Blade stuff. Let's go here. Oh, here you are. Channel's doing good, like for a startup. Unfortunately, I cannot understand your language. And you have this sick intro. Nice. How to make a timer. Range local notification. This is something we might be interested in, guys. Like people asked it. If you covered it well, I'm sure people are going to like it. How to have notification on Android. Da, 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 da. This GIF is for drag and drop tutorial. He's looking for forgiveness. Hey, I mean, he's looking for forgiveness. Like he donated 20 rupees. If I know, like, I mean, he's looking for forgiveness. I wouldn't say that. I think he's looking more like to be. I have this theory here because last time that we were streaming, I did receive a Indian rupee donation, but the thing with Indian rupee is that it seems like a like a big number, but it's really not. I don't know how to explain this without being rude or anything. It's not. I'm super happy he donated. It's just like first time that somebody else saw me receive a Indian rupee donation, he was like, "Whoa, man! Somebody gave you 40 rupees," and then I was like, "Well, Indian rupees in Canadian or USD, it's it's not even a dollar." So he's looking for forgiveness. 42 cents. I don't believe so. But at the same time, he brought awareness to like to the fact that it exists. So I'm quite happy about it. Didn't mind giving him a shout out. Yo, what's up, Game Over? What's up, Viral? What are you guys up to right now? What you guys up to? Active state. I should be back to making this thing. Yeah, currency is a big thing in this world, which kind of sucks. Because when I was in the Philippines, I could live off 500 USD like for a whole month. Now that's not like that's half of my rent here. That's not living expense. That's not like the bus card. My bus card is 90. Well, it's actually 95 bucks USD around that. Let's be honest. Everyone advertise himself eventually. I don't mind that because I mean, I really don't mind that. I don't mind people advertise themselves. $1 is still a lot of Indians. That's a weird way to make your sentence, but yeah, no, I believe it because when I was in the Philippines, I could go out and eat for $1, like a good meal. So currency is a messed up thing. I wish that everything would be like on the same currencies, kind of, and only one person controlled it. All right. Um, we adding a state priority. What if we actually turn this into a dictionary instead? What if we do dictionary int? But yeah, guys, if you want to advertise yourself, I'll definitely just have a look at your channel or whatever you want to advertise. I don't mind helping out people. I feel like I'm in a really lucky position to be in right now, having some kind of like exposure on the web just a little bit. We're almost reaching out 26,000 subscribers, and I can't like keep on going just by focusing this on me. Like I have to include other people. Sagar says, I came to know this channel about a year back when I was struggling to implement ad and Google Play service in my game. Videos were really helpful. Hey, I'm glad that you're still around. You have some connection in the Philippines? I do as well. That's where my MCN is actually. You know, Freedom is where I used to work. And I still like them quite a lot actually. Let's get back to learning. Good points. Good points. Click on the three dots to open the channel. That is a very good tip. Now I know. Alright. So we have a dictionary. It has states in it. And now what I want to do is whenever we add a new state, I'd like to sort them back up. So what we'll do, get rid of, no, actually we're going to keep that. We add a state and then we also add the priority. Then once we're done with this, we'll do a sort states like this. Sort state is going to make sure that we put our current active state to the highest priority. So we'll do something like camera state current is equal to state. Then we'll do state is equal to, we gotta find the highest one in the dictionary. So how do we sort by keys? Unity 3D Teacher says, can you feature my channel on your channel feature list? Unfortunately, it's not something I do. I've been asked to do it in the past with many instances. I don't really do that. Simple reason is people go away and sometime they come back and then they go away again and then they come back. He's talking about this here, the friends and mentor. Right now, I only have my other gaming channel, which is dead. So it's kind of weird why it's still there. And it has Synapse, which is one of my great friends. I used to hang out with him all the time back in the days, not in real life, but in World of Warcraft. We were both like super video editors for Swifty, for Census, for Reinhardt, for just to name others. Soda Poppin for a while, a teen back in the day. If you guys been like, if you know a little bit about the whole YouTube stuff, a teen wins. I used to work with him a little bit, and when I say a little bit, is I didn't have like the direct connection, but we indirectly worked for him under my guild name. Like I have a couple of big video out there. Ateen and Swifty, something I've done 5 years ago, 6 years ago actually, has 2,000 views, has my old channel in here, featuring these two boys. I was like putting a lot of time back in the days in doing After Effects stuff. But yeah, that was the good old days. No, I don't do channel bucks, I'm sorry. Oh, I tend to get like so distracted so quick. Let's go back into the sorting states. Alright, active state. How do I get the first one that contains the key? Okay, we can't do that. Sort by key dictionary in C#. There has to be a way to sort by key. Try using a sorted dictionary. Hey, amazing. Alright, do I have access to that? Sorted. I never actually used a sorted dictionary before, so it's gonna be quite fun. I need to find like some kind of example. I guess they have one done here. Okay, so add node packs, paint, blah blah blah. Cool. Okay, we're gonna be trying this out. Apparently I don't really have to do anything. I think I didn't see like any weird sorting. Key call open with key. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't see any sorting methods in here, so let's just do active state dot well, I mean at the index 0, does that work? No, index is gonna be something else. Index, do I have access to that? Nope. Fine. I don't have access to anything really. Can I do dot last? And by the way, those are supposed to be keys. It's key value, so key should be in front, so the int should be in front, and then the value is in this right there. Is it possible to get JSON stuff in C#? Yeah, of course. You just have to install some kind of library to do the parsing, which is going to be the hardest part, to be honest. There is a Casper said there is the sorted dictionary. I'm glad you found it out. I'd never actually used it. Um, just auto sorting when you add items. So yeah, that's exactly what I need. I like that. What do you think makes a good horror game? Something that is unexpected, especially the music. The music also makes it super good. Like you can control a lot of brain emotion with just music and sounds. Alright, let's have a look at this. Also, the Discord link is in the description below. Bunch of people just joined today. Many people joined today, so that's gonna be quite cool in the next few days. So let's go active states. Now I need to find the latest key, like the one that has it, the one that is at the very last index. Try dictionary.keys at the index 0. Okay, let's try that. So dictionary at dictionary.keys at the index 0. Well, active states.length actually, or count. -1 maybe? Let's see what is not working out here. Dictionary, the value. Oh, values. Yeah, okay, that's all we need actually. Values, we're going to be using the last one, so that's active state at the count -1. Technically, that should work out. Or am I not allowed to use count? Is count a function? No, okay. Can I do this? What is values? Values is a getter, okay. Why am I struggling so much to find a stupid value? So that's a normal array. I feel like it doesn't know that I'm trying to just talk to this array and not the whole dictionary. Roy says, hey, I cannot find a script anywhere that can be used for Xbox One controller to use left and right trigger, acceleration, braking, racing game. We have one on the channel that's called Input Manager. Look up Input Manager and then look up the Xbox One mapping for Unity. Just open up the pictures, you're most likely going to find it. Here it is. So this is what we're gonna need, and then open up another tab with YouTube and 3K Input Manager. Yep, use this and then use this. This and this. They're gonna work together like charm. Okay. Back on the chat. Could you make a tutorial on how to get visibility in the Play Store? Unfortunately, I don't know how. I've never had to go through that, so I still don't know how to use the store effectively, I guess. So with a sorted dictionary, they don't let me use indexation. So I'll just go here to find last value of sorted dictionary. Yeah, that's quite true actually, Zeno. You don't really have to. We can only use the key like this. That makes a little bit more sense actually. Hey, thanks for the answer. We don't really have to struggle with this anymore. Right. So here's what we're going to be doing, right? We're going to have the state at first, and we'll modify it. Now, if it's still the same one, so if current is equal to state, then we return. We don't have to do anything. It's still the same exact state. Now, if it's a new one, then we'll do state.construct. Actually, sorry. We'll do current.destruct and then state.construct. Is that going to do the whole job? I don't know if it's going to work or not. You know what? Let's give it a try. Let's give it a try. Okay, so no reference where we do a state process motion, so it doesn't really have the state just yet. State does not exist, most likely because get component didn't work properly. So we're back on the camera container. We're going to go on our script folder, drag and drop our third person camera, press on play. And we have another no reference exception. It's a different one this time. Return lookat the position. So lookat does not really work. Lookat back in the days was our player. Now it should be, it should still be our player technically. And I believe that our camera monitor knows that. It just never gave out the information. You know what? We're going to be doing a... Should we do a protected? No, we can't do a protected. We'll do a public. So public player transform. Let's make all of these public as well. We might be using them later on from the states. So if we head back into our third person camera and we do remove that here, it's going to be motor dot player transform dot player position. So that's fixed. Now one last problem, we don't have a player transform at the moment, so we'll just assign it under the camera container. Drag and drop the player, drag and drop the camera, that's actually itself right now, and the container is also itself. Not that we're using these values, but we might later on, so might as well. Okay. And here we go. We kind of have it working. We don't have the orientation working, and that's our only problem right now. But the rest is working. That's actually the mechanic you want to have. It orbits around the player. Now all we have to do is make sure that we also get the orientation fix. So transform the rotation is equal to state process rotation. Let's go in the state process rotation of the third person. And what we'll do in here is we'll do a transform, look at, and we'll look at the motor dot transform what is it? Player transform. Is that going to work? Transform dot rotation. That is going to work right here. So we're taking our current transform, which is the whole camera motor, then we're making it angle down on the player, so it looks at the player, and then we're returning our own transform, which is going to make it happen twice. If you have just a look here, we already do a transform dot rotation. It's going to happen twice, but in this case, we don't have the choice if we want to be keeping the whole structure we currently have. And here we, yeah, here we are. We have the exact same thing as before when we started. However, this time we now have a we have a state machine around our camera, which is going to help us quite a lot when we want to create some other states. Now, I'd like to create another state. So let's call it shooting state or camera. Wait, let's call it. I call it walk and shoot camera. Right. Let's read a little bit of the comments. You can use LinkQ. I could use LinkQ, yeah. Would you be willing to make a tutorial on how to make an enemy taunt randomly? Like an enemy list and enemy sound. I mean, those are two specifics. Like I can't just make a tutorial about this very specific thing because that, you know, that's cool for you. That's gonna help you do your game, but that's not gonna help anybody else, which is kind of the whole point of the channel, I guess. Hey, is it real that get component fine component, I guess, and all of these operations slow down the performance? They do slow down the thing, yep. So you have to do it you have to do it somewhere that isn't happening every frame. And if you see my code, I don't really do it anytime there is an update. I do it at places that, they're not updates. So you can do it once while your game is running, it doesn't really matter. If you do it like 5 times a frame, now you have a problem. It's not it's not gonna like do any real issue. It's not gonna slow down your game for real, but it's not a good practice. You don't want to be getting the component every time. Just have a local reference. It does the same exact thing, and you're going to save a lot on perf, even though you're never going to see the problem if you don't. But yeah, um, those kind of operation, they're considered slow because they're going to get slower as the scene increase, like as the scene gets bigger. If you have 8,000 objects in your scene, those operations are going to be slower, so you want to make sure that you don't call them in an update. But yeah, find object of type is one of the worst, to be honest, because it has to go through every single object and then it looks on every single object to find the component it's looking for. So it's a bunch of get component, basically. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. I'm not used to talking so much, especially in the morning. I like to keep it quiet in the morning for a while. But hey, we are almost done creating this thing. I want to make sure I have a camera that works fine. Let me just copy over a third person camera, paste it here. We'll do a walk and shoot state. Camera, actually. So for the walk and shoot, I am going to be using a distance. Let's make it less than 5 meters, actually less than 10 meters, maybe 3.5. Current X and current Y is going to be fine in this case. Sensitivity in X is cool. Sensitivity in Y is also fine, I guess. Process motion. I'm looking like for the difference in between this camera and the third person camera. So I feel like they should be the same, but distance should be closer. We might want to clamp like earlier, and we also want to return a offset. So that's the player position, that's fine. Plus rotation, don't care. We'll do player position plus motor player transform right times say 2. So 2 meters towards the right, that's a little bit too much, but we'll give it a try, see how it looks in the game. Now we have our walk and shoot camera. I'll make sure to go over on the player motor. So where is our player motor? Here it is. And on the player motor, do we have access? We don't have access to it. Let's go to the walk and shoot. And on the walk and shoot, we'll do change camera state or add camera state. For this to work, I will have to have a reference to my camera motor. So I'll head over here under private. Should it be private? No, it should be actually public, I guess. Let's start with private. Private camera motor, cam motor, and then on this one I'll have oh, that's weird. It's gonna have like me mess up my whole structure. Okay, so we have to start on the base motor. Now on the base motor, if we head down to the change states, here they are. We're gonna do public virtual void change camera state string state name, or we'll do add camera state. Scratch that. We'll get a reference instead. So public void public camera motor get cam motor. It's going to be a virtual function, and it's going to return a null. Actually, it's not going to return a null. It's going to return a no, it's going to return a null actually. So getCam motor returns a null. Now if we head over to the player motor, we do a public override getCam motor. Now this one is going to return cam motor. So return cam motor like this. It also needs to be set. So what I'll do is I'll do something like cam motor is equal to find object of type. Even though we said it's super slow, I do it once at the start, so it's not that slow. And we'll do camera motor. Okay, cool. Now we have a reference. If we head over to our where's it at? It should be under walk and shoot. So when we enter the construct, we should say motor.getCamMotor. And if this one is not null, so if it's not null, then we do motor getCam motor, and we do a add state. There we go, add state. Finally, the state name is going to be walk and shoot camera. Priority is going to be 1, so it's actually on top of the other one. Okay, it took a while, but we got it. Same thing here. I'll leave it like dirty code like that for now. We'll do remove state. And for some reason it says that we need a priority. We don't need a priority to remove the state. I don't think so, at least. Or do we? Let's not keep it. Oh, let's actually keep it. In case we need it later on. Then we'll make sure we remove it in this one. What do we do here? We do a state destruct. That's not going to work. We do a state get component state name. That's fine. We'll do a active states remove, and we have to remove using a key. This is my problem though. Like I just realized that I have to keep the key. Or can we find it? No, we can't. Okay. How do we go and remove the state? We didn't really keep it so much. Hey, game over. See you later, man. Thanks for tuning in. Remove active states. I mean, we're using priority. Technically, we could go ahead and just say, you know, remove priority. We could do that, but it's kind of weird. It's not going to work in all the cases. I just like to see it working today, and maybe work with a bug later on. So I'm moving like this, that's fine. I'm holding right click. I don't get inside of my new camera state. I wonder if there is an actual new camera state. No. First, because we're not crashing, we should be crashing right now because we didn't drag and drop this thing right here, and also because I didn't see it working. Okay, when I sort my states, I feel like doing this. So we'll do a debug.log active states.count. So we know how many there is at least. And I'll just move this up at the top. Should I move this up at the top? Yeah, okay, so we'll move this up right here. Then see, there's only one state. If I press on the right click, if I hold right click, I'm not getting anything else right now. Like, I'm not getting any input from this. So maybe it's not able to find a camera motor. Maybe that's the problem. So I do cam motor is equal to find object of type cam motor. That's okay. Now when we return cam motor like this. There we go. So we do get something. It does exist. We get the camera container working. So we do have a reference to it. Now in our walk and shoot, when we construct it, if we don't have a motor, get cam motor. Oh, if we do have it, what kind of stupid mistake was that? Okay, if we do have a cam motor, then we go ahead and we change the state. If we don't do it. Earlier, it would only do it if we didn't have one, which would have caused a lot of other problems. Let's try this out. Okay, here we go. So now we also left the state, but it was not destructed properly. But we entered this, and we have some weird glitches because we're always looking at the player when we should not be looking at the player. We should be looking a little bit towards its right. So in the walk and shoot camera, I'll copy this over and I'll paste it in the look at as well. Oh, what's this? Too many parentheses? Okay. Zeno says, check your Discord chat. There is a cool site with resources in it. Okay, yeah, I will in a second. It's a little bit more what I want, however, it should not be pointing towards this direction. We'll fix it. We'll fix it later on. Let's have a look at Discord real quick. So, general, game dev. Just found this random site with awesome resources. Check it out. Hey, let's check it out. Source code for all of these games. Prince of Persia. What? Oh well, yeah, that's an old one. Bunch of cool stuff we could use later on, such as well, a lot of cool stuff actually. Is there any 3D character? Here we go. I'll bookmark this. We'll have to come back. Alright. Hey, Unity 3D. Unity 3D teacher is putting his links everywhere in the Discord. Can you show us how to make animated text pop up someday? I have issue talking. It's something I could be adding to the list, yeah. Animated text pop up. Cool. Okay. We have one last thing to do I'd like to do before I go and like drink some water and do real life stuff. I'd just like to make sure this thing gets removed when we exit the state. I'm also going to be removing this offset for now since it's definitely not working the way I want it to work. Now in the walk and shoot, I added a walk and shoot priority 1. Let's add it priority 3. We're going to try out something. And also, I don't want to have it when I remove the state. I've decided I don't want it when I remove the state. There is a bug with those active states. You use count -1 as index, but code use it as a key. Key is type int. But I guess that's exactly what I wanted to do though. Add state stays in here. Oh, I get what you're saying. Count -1. No, but that's exactly what I want to do though. So what happens here is active state is a dictionary. It has a couple, well, I mean, as a key, I get it now, but isn't key supposed to be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 though? I guess I want to have the index instead, you're right. Can I get the index? Find or at or index. Thing is, I don't have any trouble with it right now, but I'll have a problem with it later on. No, I just need some proper way to remove it. I really didn't want to have to do this, but I might have to use link Q. System link Q. Okay. So let's try to remove state where active states dot find first or find is gonna work, where x dot value is equal to, oh, okay, I can't use the state name from there. Damn. Okay, so value, I can't use a state name, and all I get is the state name. That's kind of annoying. So we'll need an actual, yeah, we'll need a new way to add and delete our states. Okay. So what I'll be doing, get rid of everything in here. We're going to be sending the state right away. So base camera state, or camera base state is going to work, state. And we're going to be deleting the same exact way as we do. Now, it's going to change things quite a lot, because what we'll be doing with this is we need to keep track. The person who gives away the state needs to keep track when to remove it. So in this case, this guy is going to be the one that creates. This one is going to be the one that creates the state and also the one that destroys it. So let's go and do private. We'll call it cam state, and then we'll add that cam state, sorry, like this. And then when we remove it, we do remove state, cam state. That sounds fair enough. We also need to keep track of the priority as well. So let's go back. Int priority. So that's going to make a lot more sense actually. Can I really use link Q in Unity? Yeah, I can. Do I want to? No. It's super slow compared to everything else. I'd rather not, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, so all we're missing right now is a way to create those those states. What if we do add state? And then we can't new it. Can we new it? Those derive from mono behavior. I don't think we have to make them derive from mono behavior. Let's try without, see what happens. Oops. Do new third person camera, just like this. Priority is going to be 0. Okay, can we do this? Is that legal? So state name does not exist. That's right. That's actually true. We don't need it here. When we add a state, we do st instead. And then we sort the state. That's fine. Removing still doesn't work. We'll have to find an alternative. Get component does not exist in the current context. That is quite true. Damn. This is going to be a lot harder than I thought. Okay, so I don't want to be using model behavior. So how do we go about that? We have to give away the motor. How does base state do it anyway? We have a protected motor, then we do a get component in the awake. Okay. Yeah, it's an awake that uses get components, so technically I would have to use Unity Engine here. Can I just do Unity Engine? No, I can't. It doesn't work that way. Every time I create a state, I could send in the motor. Or I could create the state with the motor. So construct camera motor. And then transform does not exist. So process rotation transform does not exist. How do I go and use the transform in this case? Motor dot camera container. There we go. So that's almost fixed. Right. My only problem right now is the fact that when I create those, I don't have a camera motor yet. So every time I do a new like this, I have to send over a reference to my camera motor. I can just do this here. It's going to be simple. Third person camera. Why is that not working? Oh, it's not the right construct. I'm not looking at the right construct. I got the constructor mixed up in there. I don't know how it happened. I'm getting a little bit tired. And what actually if I use that constructor though? Like what if when I add my state, well first if I keep a reference to my state such as var state new third person camera, and I do state dot construct with this, and then every time I construct one, I just send in this. Could that be the solution? Okay, null reference. What is my null reference? Current.destruct. Why does current does not... Okay, current does not exist at first. Actually, why is sort state being called? That's the real question. Sort state is being called because of add state here. Okay. So when we first start off, there is not gonna be anything in here. There's not gonna be there's not gonna be anything in current. Hmm. What if we just do it like this? Oops. Alright, the given key is not present in dictionary. So let me quickly think why it did not work. You were right earlier. I just don't know why it doesn't work right now. Like my mind is jammed. Not this. I have so many tabs open. It's crazy. We did too much Googling. There we go. Yeah, the spaghetti code is getting real. I'm gonna have to take a break so I don't make it more spaghetti. That's not something we want to have. Like, more spaghetti is never good. Unless we're trying to feed children. Alright. The given key was not present. The problem is I get this even though current is equal to null. Well, actually current isn't equal to null because we said it's equal to state. This is so confusing. Alright, var new state or third person state. Yeah, I'm high on C# right now, like just use this active state key that lasts. Is that really a thing? Does that exist? If that exists, I'm gonna be so happy about it. So state would be equal to, then you said keys, so we get all the keys dot last. We don't have last, probably because we're not using LINQ. Alright, using system LINQ. Do we have a last in here? And we do. Okay. It says, okay, ask us or something though. That's my predicate right there. Best predicate there is. Impossible to convert camera state into, well, int into a camera state. So we'll do active is equal to that. Hey! So, okay, cool. It does not exist without link extension. Yeah, we just figured that out. What else? State is equal to this. That might work. That might work. Let's give it a try before we go to sleep. Hey, Nerk. People like Unity Teacher came to our Discord group and started advertise their thing. Okay. Well, that's going too far. Sorry, bro. But this is not a place for you to advertise. Like I said, I don't mind advertisements so much. It's just that don't bother people directly. Like, this is not, you're not the postman sending out posts about your extra chili coupons or some stuff like that. I don't know what I'm talking about. But when other people start noticing it, how do I just want to remove his messages. I'll ban like for like 24 hours. And then I'll unban. If he wants to join on later, he can, but at the moment I don't want this to become like, I like our Discord. I want it to be cool, like hang out and chat. Maybe sometime we can talk about disaster in the world or stuff like that, but let's keep it clean though. Also, we need a bot for that. Like maybe next day, I guess tomorrow, we can go ahead and start writing down our own Discord bot, because I wanted to have like a Discord bot that sets the role automatically, so I don't have to go here and look at, okay, this guy's a programmer, let's give him programmer right here, artist and designer, that's cool, let's put him artist here, programmer. That's like sometimes what this guy, he doesn't have his role, I can't give him because he's not online right now. I need a bot to do that. We can do that tomorrow. I still haven't figured out how to do a Discord bot, but a quick Google search is gonna give us what we want, I guess. Alright, so we were doing this right here. Did that work? I didn't check. We have a no reference exception. What is this one about? Okay, we don't have a state. Add priority and then state. So apparently we don't have a state, so this is not equal to something. Sure, thanks for kicking. I can't, like I said, you're bothering people right now with your advertising. Alright. Reference not set to input. So camera input is set, state is not set. Third person state. We create it, it's actually constructed, it has its own mother, then we give it a then we gave it this thing. Okay. Hey, Unity 3 teacher, thanks for the 20 rupee again. But please respect our rules in Discord. That is all. Okay, so active state value is key if you want the value directly. Why am I having so much problems with a simple sorted dictionary? So you say values dot last. Oh, we do have, yeah, we do have last now. You're right. I keep forgetting that stuff. We included a link queue in here. No, that's my bad. Don't say sorry. I just didn't realize it. Again, the instance is not set. Why is state not set? Am I trying to update before the start? What if we do an awaken here? Alright. Let's have a look at what's inside of our array. So we currently have one state, now we have two when we create the other one. Feels like it still hasn't set state properly. Okay, so at first state is equal to this, it's equal to null, this is why we return. Okay, that's simple stuff, that's just me being dumb, basically. I am being so dumb, you don't even know how. Like, it's crazy how dumb I am right now. State, third person state, there we go. That's all we needed to do. Yeah, Unity uses, well, you know, Unity uses 2.0, but we can still include link and have it work. He's going international? Yeah, we're going international. Reaching out to Asia all the time. Okay, so we have it working almost. Now, when we try and enter our player, well, or play and shoot, or walk and shoot stance, we do have some issues. This issue actually. So state.construct does not exist at this point. We cannot construct. Because we do active state values equal to loss. I think that might be why, I'm not sure. But it makes it that far, so what if we attach to Unity state right now is active to null, so when we do it dot last, it doesn't seem to work. we have two key value pair. One of them has to be our third person, and the other one has to be the the other thing. Welcome to Unity, blah blah blah. It's still here. No, he's not banned, guys. He's just, I told him not to advertise. So current destroy. Okay, so let's go back to our debugging real quick before we fix the thing. Time to turn on debugging feature from VS. Yeah, let's do that. So cool. Active state. There is two in those. We're sure, like 100% there is two in those. Keys. The keys. I can't actually see the keys. That's annoying. But there's two of them, so we're good. Now values. What are the values? I don't like the fact that I can't actually view them, and dot last doesn't work. What if we go down there and we start creating our own values? So active states. Now active states dot values dot last. Can we evaluate this? Member last was not able to be found. And what if we have to send parameters? Like this stupid parameter I'm doing right now. Alright, it's almost time to call it off, guys. I'm almost like done. There's like simple stuff that I can't even debug right now. But I'm mostly having trouble with this dictionary. Like, I want to find, well, first the first value that is last. Can I do that? Active state dot values. What if I do find or first? Nah, I can't do that. What if I do last or default? For some reason, is that going to work? Definitely not. I'll need some help. I need some help. I'm struggling. Struggling to find the right answer. Third person camera and the other one is null. That's our problem right there. The other one is null. It could have been working all this time, but the second entry in the folder was null. Not the folder, in the in the goddamn array. Dictionary, sort of dictionary. It was null. Okay, we got it. Finally understood why. About time. We add state, camera state, and it's null. Yeah, we never instantiated. Okay, so that's perfect. That's just some plain retard right there. Alright, let's do cam state is equal to a new camera state. Ah, this is so bad, and we have to send in the motor. No, we don't have to send in the motor. We don't really have to do that. That's right, because it's done in the add state. I can't believe I'm still on this thing. Je t'avais dit de t'en aller, toi, mais y a pas ici, là. Il y a trop de struggle, là. Mais merci pareil. Sort by priority. To act as a pseudo. Je suis même pas capable de comprendre ce que c'est écrit tellement que je suis pas là en ce moment, là. But hey, I think we got it to work now. Almost. Key was already present in dictionary, so we don't get to remove it. Another issue we currently have, we can't remove it. At least now our camera state is equal to something, and we do get the proper state. Let's go back. Remove this. Say state is equal to active states. Values dot we'll use last again since we already have link q. Hey, mucho love, moi aussi. Hey boy, we almost have it. With bunch of glitches. Alright, so if we assume that this is actually the behavior we want for the other camera, everything seems to work. We just need to be able to remove the state from the camera right now. Oh, we might want to uncomment this line, actually. So remove takes in a key. Right now we don't have a key, but we do have link q, so let's do active state.find, or first actually. First, use that predicate to do x.value is equal to st. Why is that not working? So we're finding the first. Okay, again, some stupid error. Nice. Do I have a contains value? Contain value, right. Okay, so what does contain value returns us? It returns a boolean. Nurk, don't ban me from Discord. I would love to be part of the group, man. Don't ban me, man. I come tomorrow to Discord. I'm sorry, but you just crossed the line. There is also a rule that says no begging on the channel. It was a pleasure to meet you, but it's over. I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry, actually. Alright. Cool. Contain value. Let's go back. Feel like I've never really done any like dictionary work. Well, not enough. So I struggle on the stupid thing. I'm trying to remove based off a key. I'm actually trying. I have the values. I can get the values with link q, and then have the good reference. I just need to know the key of that value. Let me Google that like a retard real quick. Find key of value C# dictionary. Oh, can I actually do that? That's cool. So apparently I can do active first or default first, whatever. Then I'll do my predicate x.value is equal to st, and then I do dot key at the end. Apparently that's a thing. Amazing. We're almost there. Feels like it's almost working. At least we're not crashing anymore. Now I don't know how, I don't know if we're actually adding new states every time, if we're actually properly removing them. Might be something I want to put in my camera motor right now. And then we'll call it off because I really have to go drink water and do my things. Have you ever thought of making your own pet game engine? Nope, I don't see why I would do that. When you find a value, you need to get its key. Yep, that's what I just did, because you're trying to remove it with the value. When you find a value, you need to get its key, because you're trying to remove it with the value when you find, yeah. Game engine is hard to develop. Indeed, it is. So every time we try to sort the states, even though that's a bad keyword right now, I'll just do a count on my object so I can see how many there is. Let's wrap that any debug.log, because we don't want to boot the debugger just for this. 1 2 1 2. Okay, so it seems like we always have one, and then we go to 2 as soon as we create the other state, but we never remove it. So since we never remove it, it's still there. Oh, but we do a remove though. Why is that not working? Okay, so we do remove it, but it feels like it's actually creating it back somehow. Never mind, everything is fine. Everything is super Gucci. Let's find out what the current state is. So if we do a debug.log, we'll do state name. Do we have a name? GameObject.name. Just state. Hopefully it tells us what the name is. So that's the third person camera. We click camera base state. Why? And then we fall into a camera base state all the time. I might be editing it again. I don't know. Owner says, what is the longest time you spent finding a bug? When I was at school, most likely like something like 4 hours, I guess. Sometimes it goes even beyond that. Camera input. Cool, cool, cool. So then we get the base camera state all the time. Why is that happening? We do a new third person camera. That's cool. Add. Okay, remove. Just like we did for the player motor, I'll just have some text at the top telling me what's going on. It's gonna help us debug just a little bit. We're gonna have the state text, the input text, and that's it, like this. And did I include the right thing? I didn't include the right thing. Let me include these. And then afterward, just like we did in the player motor, we're gonna have a update debug panel kind of function going on. Really boring basic stuff that I don't really like seeing in my project, but hey, we'll do it. So state text, current state, state to string, that's fine, and input. Well, we don't need the input, do we? Let's not have the input right now. Alright, so where's my canvas? Here it is, debug. I'll duplicate this call it camera state. And we'll drag and drop the field right there. Okay, so that's the big deal right here. We never really fall into the how is it called? The move and shoot camera. We're always in the third person camera, then as soon as we click, we're stuck in the camera base state forever, which is not really, like, it's not a thing. We should not be able to spawn it like that. Actually, you know what? Let's make this abstract so we never actually spawn it. On its own, at least. Wow. This is just me, like, not being there right now. That's the problem right here. In my walk and shoot, I was creating a camera base state when we're trying to create a walk and shoot camera. So I think I'm just gonna take a break from now on, since like stupid mistake like that, annoying, super annoying. There we go. We're in the walk and shoot camera. Now we have the bug where when we reduce it, like when we remove it, it's not actually gone. Quickly going to go back in the remove state. Let's find out why. Debug.log. Well, we know what the active state is. It's always third person, even though we remove the first value that is matching this key. That's funny because even though the state says there is only the third person camera in there, it's still actually linked to the walk and shoot. We never actually destroy it, but like it needs to change this thing. So it needs to do a sort state. When we remove, it needs to do a sort state. Here we go. When we remove, we need to do a sort state. Because we might remove something that had higher priority, like right now. Yeah, we need a break, some fresh tea or fresh air. There we go. We got it to work. That's all I wanted to make it work before we actually went and got some fresh air or fresh tea. It's like it's a beautiful day right now and I'm stuck inside breaking my head on this easy bug, but I've been out of focus, so that's why it took so long. But here it is. I'm holding right click. Next week we need to make sure we keep both states active for a while so we can create some kind of transition in between. And then from there we're gonna have something that we can, tweak a little bit, make sure that this camera is actually on the side. We have some kind of overview of what's going on in front of us, maybe add a crosshair and start shooting stuff. But hey, we were supposed to make a FPS mechanic today. We spent so much time making a camera motor, but now we have a state machine around our camera. Still needs to be cleaned up. We gotta clean up a little bit of the spaghetti, but once the spaghetti is gone, we've got ourselves some nice dinner. Alright guys, thank you so much for tuning in today. We're gonna have another stream tomorrow, hopefully around 10, 11, I don't know. I'm still not quite sure what is the best time to stream. But I still want to be playing around with this, and also I got to work on a website, which I don't think I'll be doing on the stream since that shit is boring. And what else? Oh, maybe start working on the shader for next week's videos. That would be also very cool. Now, let's see. The source code of this thing is gonna be on the Discord as always. Alright. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will catch you later. Peace.